Attorneys, I want to show you a model that's quietly becoming the norm for high-performing firms and oftentimes the fastest-growing firms. How do you run a 30-person firm with only 12, 10, or even 8 people in your office? You stop thinking about headcount as bodies in a building and you start thinking about it as capacity wherever it lives. The firms doing this are leaner, they're faster, and they're way more profitable than their all-in-office competitors. Let me show you how it works. Quick context, my name is Hugo E. Gomez. I'm the founder of Legal Staff Now. I track how firms are actually structuring their workforces, and there's a clear shift that's happening right now. The most efficient firms have stopped equating size with square footage. Here's the model that they're using. Let's first start with the assumption that almost every firm still operates on. The old model says every role is a desk in your building with your overhead attached. 30 people meant 30 chairs, 30 parking spots, and a lease to match that. That model isn't just expensive anymore. It's a competitive disadvantage. The firms winning on cost and speed have unbundled the role from the entire building. The work still gets done. It just doesn't all happen in the same zip code. So here's a structure that I'm seeing personally. You split your organization into 2 layers. The first layer is the people who genuinely need to be local. The lead attorneys, the person who shakes the client's hands, and the roles that depend on being inside the room. That's the 12 people. The second layer is everything that's really about output, not location. We're talking paralegals, case managers, intake, legal assistants, virtual receptionists. That's your 18, totally virtual. Same 30-person output, however, a fraction of the footprint. So how do you decide what stays in the building? There's a simple test. Keep local the handshake roles, the work that lives or dies on physical presence and face-to-face trust. Lead counsel, the rainmaker, the person a client needs to look in the eye. That's a short list, and it should be. Everything else, the work measured by what gets produced, not where, goes virtual. Document prep, records chasing, intake calls, case management, drafting. These roles don't get better because someone's sitting in your office. They get better when the right person does them well, and that person can be anywhere. Now, the part that makes this more than a theory, the economics are not subtle. A virtual professional often costs a fraction of a local hire for the same role, without the desk, the benefits load, the office space, the recruiter fees, etc. So run the math, and 18 virtual seats can cost less than a handful of local ones. You're not cutting capacity to save money. You're actually buying more capacity for a lot less of an investment. That's a huge unlock. And don't mistake this for something fringe. This is where the workforce strategy is going across every professional services field beyond legal. The talent market right now is global. The tools are all remote, and the firms that adapted got a structural cost and speed advantage. The in-office firm isn't the safe default anymore. It's becoming the expensive exception. The firm paying a premium for proximity it doesn't actually need on most of its roles. So stop counting chairs and start counting capacity. The question was never how many people are in my office. It's how much quality work can my firm produce, and what's it costing me to produce it? If you answer that honestly, the 30 with 12 model stops sounding radical and starts sounding a lot more obvious. If you want help designing that 2-layer team, that's exactly what we do at Legal Staff Now. So book a call, our information is in the call notes, and we'll map your version of this model. Talk soon.